Hi, everyone. It's Professor Hall. Welcome back. This is week 3 of the Golden Age of Children's Literature. So, what we are looking at this week is the second half of Alice in Wonderland, chapters 7 through 12. I have more lectures going into all of the fun details of those books, and we also have another YouTube video to watch about hidden math in Alice in Wonderland, which is super fun and something that I thought she did such a great job explaining that I did not really cover in my lectures. So make sure that you watch that. We have some things to look for this week. We talked before about changing ideas of childhood, and I think you could really see that in the first 6 chapters. What I would like you to look at more in these chapters, and that I did talk about in my lectures pretty extensively, are all of the ways that Lewis Carroll is satirizing Victorian society. So we have, for example, a tea party where we're making fun of social conventions that often don't really make sense, especially to children, right? We have a croquet ground. Games were gaining in popularity and they have these silly rules, and so let's make fun of that. We have the mock turtle story, something that's often left out of adaptations, and here we're satirizing some things about people who are very nostalgic about their colleges, and people who have over sentimentality, which is something that came earlier in Victorian literature. And then we have the Queen of Hearts, we have the Duchess, we are satirizing, we saw in chapter 6, the Duchess at home and the ways in which her hypocrisy is definitely seen when she is in the Queen's court. That there is this real dichotomy between who she pretends to be out in public and who she is at home. And then we have satirization of the legal system where Alice is called as a witness, but it's this trial without any real rules, and all of that kind of thing. So what we're really looking at are things that would have been quite confusing for children. You know, think about when you're at a very formal party and you're a kid or you're a young person and you're kind of like trying to figure out, you know, why are there 8 forks on by my plate? Which one do I use? I don't know. It's those types of things that he's kind of making fun of. And we also see a little bit more of the little sisters in here, with the lobster quadrille, making fun of their dance teacher, with the mock turtle story also making fun of the drawing master, meaning the drawing master, the person that would have come to teach them drawing and painting and things of that nature. So it is an interesting look at childhood. I think it is also driven a little bit by social class, that many of these adventures are things that children of a certain social class would be aware of. So that's just something to kind of keep in mind, that we're leaving out a lot of other children of different social classes that would really maybe not get some of the jokes as much, or would not really be represented by Alice as she goes throughout her story. We also see a lot of character change here, as you know, before we had changing in size just sort of happening and being very confusing, and now Alice starts to gain, for at least a little bit, some control over it, and she starts to find her voice, and so we have some child empowerment as well. So those are some things to look for, and I can't wait to hearing your thoughts in this week's assignments. Thanks, everyone.